Ready? Okay, here we go. So, what's up, YouTube, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, I have a guest for today's segment thing that we're doing. This could go one of two ways. Who knows? Let's see what happens. So, this is Muhammad Ali on racial integration.
People to move in the neighborhoods, we clean their own
As quiet as it could be. As quiet as it could be.
And another thing, when you say integration, it comes under intermarriage too, right? All being together.
Right, sure.
And I'm sure no intelligent white person watching this show, or no intelligent white man in his or her right white mind, want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, and in return introducing their grandchildren as half-brown, kinky-haired black people.
I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure people knows this is the
What I'm
point.
trying to say is this. You don't have it. You say you don't, but you don't have it. You really ain't gonna have it. You on the show and you gotta say that. But
That's not true.
why would you want to do that?
I barely heard it. Sorry.
And in return, introducing their grandchildren as half-brown, kinky-haired black people.
I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you know, I knew it. Thing. When you say integration, it comes under intermarriage too, right? All
Right,
been together.
right, sure.
And I'm sure no intelligent white person watching this show, or no intelligent white man in his or her right white mind, want black boys and black girls marrying their white sons and daughters, and in return introducing their grandchildren as half-brown, kinky-haired black people.
I wouldn't object to that.
Well, you wouldn't, but a lot of them would.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people knows this is the point.
What I'm trying to say is this. And you don't have it. You say you don't, but you don't have it. You really ain't gonna have it. You on the show and you got to say that. But
that's not true.
why would you want to do that?
Because I don't
yourself?
think I'm any different from you see.
Yeah, we much different.
I mean, I
Let's
think
face it,
society's
man.
made us
You know
different.
we're different. We all together.
But society's made us different.
No, not.
What's your thoughts so far? You don't have to have some profound thing. You can just be like, I want to keep going.
No, but see, but it's just the way my mind works. It's like I'm really trying to dissect literally every single thing I just heard.
Yeah, I know. We're both autistic, bro. Yeah, I know. Like, it's fine.
Like, it's
Go for it.
I feel like on his point of society making us different, it's like, yes, but also to the fact that no, there is no also. It's just yes. Society did make us different.
And I would like to then ponder a question to you not because I'm trying to quiz you or check that literally it's for the memes, the trolls, and like for the detractors that I have that always like to bring this shit up, and it is a YouTube segment. Would you say that white supremacy is a major factor in how society has been born and therefore how we treat each other?
Yes, because it has subconsciously just seeped into a lot of what we perceive white men, women, people to be, because of just the fact that they carry their racial status with such pride that it supersedes everything else. It's like, then what are we as black people amounting up to? What is our worth? Where does our worth come into this equation, kind of thing, you know?
And so once you're done, just let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
so,
that's it.
There's no correct answer here. I just don't want to put you in a press because I feel like when I talk to people and I start getting into this, it's like, so what are your thoughts on immigration? Like, you remember that TikTok?
Yeah.
I need to test somebody at the party. I love it. You know, my homegirl's talking about immigrating. I will say that I find it to be ultra counterproductive to ignore white supremacy.
Yeah.
Because remember that Reconstruction, which should have been the bridge to get black people back up from slavery, failed miserably.
Yeah.
And we never tried it again after that. So we always came from that point, which made me think about something, and that's why I wanted to watch this with you, because I don't know if we're going to see it in any of these tabs, maybe not, but I was thinking last night that people will willingly say, show me a racist law, and then I show them the description of that senator, or not the senator, the advisor to I think it was Ronald Reagan or somebody who said, you know, instead of you gotta be sabotaged, correct. He says you got to be more abstract. You just can't say N-word, N-word, N-word outside. You've seen that clip before. You talk about things like forced busing, taxes, and by the time you're talking about cutting taxes, they don't know that you're being racist. And it's like, that's what I mean, is that we have people who work within that code. Like, that's what they prefer. They're not saying it to say, oh, this gives me a racial advantage, this gives me this gives me that. It's like they specifically make it with that intention,
right?
And you miss the point because the system doesn't affect you. That's fun. Yeah. That is. Why did you get an Amazon text? That's a fake text.
Yeah, if
Amazon would never text you like that.
Yeah, is it a 4-digit or 5-digit number?
63092. But he doesn't have an Amazon account.
Yeah, that's definitely scam.
Okay. Yeah. Till Reagan listens to us. I thought it was kind of.
All good.
No, we're just human beings. You made all of it.
We all listen. Bluebirds fly with bluebirds. Red birds want to be with red birds. Listen. Tell me when I'm wrong. Pigeons want to be with pigeons.
But
Tell
we
me
have
when I'm wrong.
intelligence.
Well,
We have an intellect that
we should
don't
have. They don't have intelligence, but yet they stay together. We should have more intelligence.
That said, I'm not a huge fan of the concept of integration because we already integrated in a white society. I think cooperation and mutualism are better values. Integration sounds like the erasure of blackness, which may serve to silence the critical voices of white supremacy. Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. Okay, let's take it a step further because people are going to hear that and say, "Oh, you agree with the idea of integration, so you do want a black nationalist state. You do that." Like, these are the type of dumb idiots that I deal with on Twitch. Like, these are the bane of my existence when I talk about these type of conversations. Anyway, to increase that point even going further, the idea of integration in the white society is the reminder that the civil rights bill was passed because the white people couldn't leave the black people alone.
Literally.
That bill was for the white people. I know my worth as a black man. I know what I'm supposed to be able to walk to. I know what stores I'm supposed to be able to go into. You guys were the one bringing up Jim Crow. You guys were the one instituting slavery.
Yeah.
Now you want us to integrate into your society. You don't want to integrate into ours.
Yeah.
Not in my backyard.
Because if they integrate into ours, then it's like they're just going to make mockery of us.
And but if the society is built on white society, why should other races be expected to merge into it the way it is? Exactly. That's what, then obviously we're in a delay. Like, exactly. Like, yeah, it's crazy because people don't recognize power structures. And the only reason why we talk about power structures is because I want more resources within these communities so they can exist self-dependent of, like, they always say, why do black people eat unhealthy? So where's my lawn? I've got one garden over there that's going to feed the whole neighborhood. The project's got like 64 families per building. Like, what are we doing?
You go into any rural or urban neighborhood in Brooklyn or in New York, for that matter, and underdeveloped communities, you're going to see deli groceries. You're going to see a Popeyes, a few fast food establishments, a Crown or Kennedy fried chicken place. Things that are obviously put into places because, one, the rent is low for them, so they can actually stay there longer, and two, it's because it's what can afford to be in that area without being too expensive for everybody else to afford. If you go into like Park Slope, for example, you're going to see lots of high-end restaurants, fashion boutiques, thrift stores, service stores and whatnot, and just obviously places you will never see on the other side of town. Why? Because of the demographic in that area is very high income. It's because they can afford those things. You're not going to see a Crown or Kennedy Fried Chicken in like Park Slope or Williamsburg, because the area, the surrounding area says a lot, but it's the individualities that make up that surrounding area really tell the story of what is actually going on here economically and class-wise. Yeah.
He just fucked up everything because I can hear that, and I know my stream can hear that.
Yeah.
No, it's not a bad fuck up. It's like that's not letting me process what you said as like serious because I want to laugh.
No, it's fine. But yeah.
Lucky, I think my noise cancellation keeps it out, but
yeah, it's just it's so much of a story with like when you like literally just like take a walk outside of your local neighborhood and go somewhere that you haven't been.
I can't believe you just told everybody that's listening to touch grass.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
touch grass.
Honestly,
Go
hey,
outside.
touch grass, touch concrete, touch graphite, touch gravel, whatever source of footing is outside of your house, touch it.
I win. You lose.
Radical AC, thank you so much for the follow.
I bet you before you leave, we're gonna hear FBI open up.
Oh my
I promise
God.
you it's gonna happen. But can you lick the concrete?
No, you cannot lick the concrete, and I do not suggest
You can
licking
calm the
said
fuck
concrete.
down. That's what you can do.
Do not lick the concrete, okay? Do not.
No,
lick the
see, what
concrete.
Tyron wants us to say is, or what she wants me to say is, there's something else hard that you can lick. Like, I know.
Oh my God!
I know where they're trying to go. They're trying to force. See? And what did I just say? What did I do? What did I? Oh my.
Josh, this is a holy. Josh, this is a holy Twitch chat. Please do not bring this in here.
Prediction, Andy. I can't make this any clearer to you, bro.
This is a holy Christian Twitch chat. Please
Man.
remove such obscenities from this at once.
Coomer moment.
That's in the name, right? Buzzards are with buzzards. Yeah. Buzzards are with buzzards. Bluebirds with bluebirds. They all are birds, but they've got different cultures. The eagles like to hang out in the mountains. The buzzard like to fly around the desert. The bluebird like to fly around the trees with
There's
the
certain
grass.
problems a buzzard mating with a sparrow, isn't there?
What?
There's certain.
Right. And that's, we have the problems too.
No.
I don't see no black and white couples in England or America walking around proud holding their children
That's because
and
society.
going out.
That's society's fault. I mean, we've got to educate people around.
Well, life is too short for me to be great catching hell for something like that. I'd rather go home and do my own. I have a beautiful daughter, beautiful wife. They look like me. We're all happy, and I don't have no trouble. I ain't got no trouble. I ain't that much in love with no woman to go through all that hell. Ain't no one woman that good. You understand?
Thoughts so far.
I mean, clearly this is from a different time.
Right. No, we're not.
It's clearly from a different time, and I feel like now society has Josh, you can marry whoever you want. I will support you forever.
Shut up! You are so full of shit. That's ridiculous. Why specifically white? Oh, here we go. Oh, and here we go. Can't no, see. All my worlds are like moving together now. So it's like that weird section of my life is down here.
Read
dude.
my shirt, chat. The multiverse is real. Okay?
Oh, that's actually fire.
I got it at Hot Topic yesterday.
Oh.
The multiverse is real. All of his worlds are colliding into one right now. I mean, clearly this clip is indicative of the times that that black people that we were experiencing with just having to deal with obviously the blatant racism that still exists today in society, but on just a far different forefront in terms of just how we tackled the issue. But it's like it's right now I feel like a lot more people have been more opened and like more open-minded and receptive of the concepts of interracial dating, dating people outside of your culture. Granted, that's okay. That's a beautiful thing to explore. It's a merging of cultures. It's a merging of customary things, religion, just social things, and it's getting to know somebody outside of the space, the bubble that you're so comfortable with and confined with. Me personally, I have no qualms about dating anybody outside of my race. The first person I ever dated was a white woman. First person I ever dated was a white woman. And for me, it's like why should, like, I shouldn't have to, like, theoretically speaking, like, to confine, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing to confine yourself to dating or, you know, whatever it is you do to one race. It's I feel like it's a more fulfilling thing to experience all different aspects of life through other cultures and other means of, you know, racial identity and stuff, because it's the world we live in. You know, it's we as humans, we thrive on exploration, obviously. Yeah, and exploration is the key to discovery and the key to, you know, finding newer things about ourselves that we didn't know before. And, you know, I'm one that is clearly all for just, you know, doing what you feel is right and doing, you know, allowing yourself to experience new things that can open your eyes to a lot more than what you originally thought you knew. Yeah.
I'm going to take that beautiful speech that you just said. Wait, my ass is sad. Never mind, I'm safe. What?
Suddenly, I feel like I'm high.
Yes.
Skull, you are not the first person to say that. Most people who are around me honestly do feel like I do smoke a lot. And quite frankly, I don't smoke a lot at all. But I do smoke.
You know what you remind me of? You remind me of Joshua Henderson. You know who Joshua Henderson is? No? It's not like we know him personally.
Why do I feel like I've heard that name before? Unless it's another version.
If somebody could make a fan cam edit of this entire debacle, that would be awesome. Just clip the last 5 minutes, because this is gonna be great.
Why do it's like another version of me in another timeline has known that person exactly.
That's because y'all are the same person. This is what you sound like right now, but in a way better way. I promise you, this is just a joke.
We working on got plenty cash. Plenty. Finna put you on, boy. I got somebody for y'all.
You know what I'm saying, bro? So all you had to do, you ran into the right
bro.
road.
What's your type? You like black, white?
I like white girls more better.
Okay.
You know,
Especially the thick time.
More?
word?
No, man.
Yeah,
That's a bit of a stretch.
that's what I like. Yeah. Ain't say that bit again. Say it one more time and say it slow.
Pog. P-A-W-G. Baddest white girls.
The face.
I like the badass white girls, the thick time.
Yeah.
Types. Those are my biggest.
Yo, what I'm talking about?
You bald, bad white girl.
That ass white girl.
Shit, I got it, but
You know what I'm talking about? The snow bunnies. Yo, no. The snow rabbits. Yo. What's your name again, bro, before we go, bro? Cause we gotta go, man. I ain't gonna lie to
We
you.
ain't gonna hold you up, bro. What's your name?
No
Some of
way.
y'all pogs got COVID-19. Y'all are more sicker than the shit people pick up.
Okay.
Some
That
of y'all
hairstyle
pogs got
says it all.
COVID-19. Y'all are more sicker than the shit. Shoot, for the first time in life, I meet a girl who I spoke to from a website, and then all of a sudden I end up picking up from her house. Shoot, the girl ain't gonna waste no damn time to take a shower or put on no makeup or nothing. Plus, she even had acne all over her face. Shoot. We were out running out to whatever place to where we can just chill, have fun, and all that. Maybe a park, but she knew another place where we could just chill. A dead end where nobody is around. The kind of dead ends where it leads off to nowhere, but ends in a big circle where you just turn around and go back to where you came from. That kind of dead end. So I was all like, shit, you know what? I got someplace I gotta be. So I'm just gonna give you 40. Sorry for wasting your time, man. So I got somewhere I gotta be. That
I'm gonna just give you 40. He's describing a cul-de-sac.
some of y'all pogs got.
Oh my God! See what I'm talking about? We started here. We started here.
We branched off into another end, a branched reality.
I understand. Yeah, I do understand. I understand. But I think it's sad that
It ain't sad because I want my child to look like me. Every intelligent person wants his child to look like him. I'm sad because I'm going to blind out my race and lose my beautiful identity. Chinese love Chinese. They love the little slanted-eyed, pretty brown-skinned babies. Pakistan
Damn. Okay, that didn't age well.
love their culture.
I mean, but again, it was like it was weird for black men to be able to speak their mind on television. Period.
Yeah.
Like he had dodged the Vietnam War at this point. The fact that he was even getting a segment, like for that time, he was saying that racial integration is terrible because y'all harass interracial couples.
Exactly.
Y'all put them through hell. You put the kids through hell. You claim that they're just black and they don't have any white in them.
Exactly.
Or they're too light skinned. Like
yeah, it's just like it's like you're willingly wanting this to happen just so you have something to make mockery of. Yeah, and exploration is the key to discovery and the key to finding newer things about ourselves that we didn't know before. And I'm on one that is clearly all for just doing what you feel is right and doing and allowing yourself to experience new things that can open your eyes to a lot more than what you originally thought you knew. Yeah. The fact that this is clipped, yikes. I'm gonna get canceled in 10 years.
wait, my ass is sad. Never mind, I'm safe. What?
Suddenly I feel like I'm high. Yes. So you are not the first person to say I am quite.
Oh, that's cute. We got some cute clips. Hey.
People love their culture. A lot of Catholics don't want to run them with Catholics. They want the religion to stay the same. Who wants to
I'm just talking about this with my friend Kevin during the wedding.
out of yourself and kill your race? You a hate of your people if you don't want to say who you are. You shame what God made you. God didn't make no mistake when He made us all like we were.
I think that's a philosophy of despair.
Despair. It ain't no
Yeah.
despair.
I think
Number one, you can't no woman. Let me tell you something. I want to tell you. Listen, no woman on this whole earth, not even a black woman in Muslim countries, can please me and cook for me and socialize and talk to me like my American black woman. No woman, and last is a white woman, can really identify with me and my feelings and the way I act and the way I talk. And you
That's
can't
his
take no
point.
Chinese man and give him no Puerto Rican woman and holler about we're in love and you emotionally in love and physically, but really they're not happy because she's gonna hear some Puerto Rican music, he's gonna hear some Chinese music, and they're gonna be clashing all the time. It's just nature. You can do what you want, but it's nature to want to be what you want. I want to be my own. I love my people. That's all.
What's your thoughts on that? What's your take?
Like just as a whole.
Yeah.
Well,
This AirPod killing me. This is the echo killing me. Y'all better share AirPod. Something.
I'm coming over for next stream. Please do. I will gladly come back over for the next stream. It'll be the three of us.
Oh, did you have fun?
I did.
Aw.
Seriously, I'm glad we were able to do this. This is fun. I've always wanted to like just do something outside of just like gaming or just like I just want to like just sit. I like talking and talking is fun.
Yeah, you'd be. Yeah, that's why I don't understand why people get mad at me when I say I'm going to be the next king of Twitch. Like,
Yeah,
this
like
shit is
talking
mine.
is fun and it's cool and it invites conversation and allows for different viewpoints to be heard, and it's a cool thing. Yes, Avengers Assemble.
Paradigm. I want your take on this. We're still recording the YouTube segment. Sweet, it's going.
I
on
mean, my
24
take
seconds.
on this, it's like I just feel like well, he definitely made some valid points about like cross-cultural just music clashing and whatnot, and like how we want to identify with our own, which is totally true, because even now it's like we as black people don't really feel safe in predominantly white spaces unless there are a few other black people within that space with us, because it's like, okay, finally somebody that looks like me, somebody I can latch onto for support in a space where I don't necessarily feel comfortable, kind of thing. Or not necessarily feel comfortable, but feel like, okay, I am at ease to be myself. Like I don't have to one up myself to be to seem able to have a conversation with people that don't look like me, kind of thing. Because like, for example, like sometimes like even just in just a workspace, like if like let's say 50% of your office is white, 25 is Asian, 35 is no, 25 is Asian, 5% is Hispanic or Latino, and everybody else is black. Obviously, the Latinos are gonna want to stick together in their own corner, have their own, like, their own camaraderie, their own, like, sort of way of going about their things their way. Everybody that's white is gonna stay where everybody that's white, unless you choose to socialize with the other groups. But obviously, when the white person goes to socialize with all the other groups, they're gonna feel somewhat detached, somewhat left out. Because why? Obviously, they don't understand life from the Latino person's point of view, or the Asian person's point of view, or the black person's point of view, because they haven't lived those experiences. They just know their own experience of their own life. There's not really much to really deduct in terms of what can I relate to this person, even though I am not that kind of thing. Yeah. And it's like, we as black people, or just anybody for that matter, like, we grow through life wanting to find people that look like us, that sound like us, that can feel like us, because it's, it circles all around back to just representation and a lot of things. Comic book movies, TV, social media, just celebrities, and Hollywood and all that stuff. We want more representation in films. We want more representations in all forms of media. We want more representation in all of these things, because life can often make us feel like we're not being either seen, identified, heard, or we feel safe in the places that are most comfortable to us, whether it be online or whether it be through things that we watch. And we want to see somebody that looks like us. So it's like, okay, I see somebody that looks like me. I can attach myself emotionally to this because it's something that I identify with. It's something that I feel comfortable with. It's something that I can share with somebody who is of the same background as me. And it's like, look, that's us in something, And it's like, it's just representation. People think representation really isn't important, but it is, because without it, it's like, we're literally just like, we're literally to ourselves trying to find something to hold on to. We as human beings, we as beings of thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, need ideas and things to hold on to believe in, and things to really keep us sane in terms of like feeling that we're not alone. I for one example can speak to that, because recently I've met a really good friend who, for the first time in a while, I felt like, honestly speaking, from my perspective, I feel genuinely loved and appreciated by all my friends, including you, everybody that I know. But it's like, growing up, I've always felt like everything up here hasn't really made a lot of sense. And it's like, it hasn't been until recently that this friend came across in the most unspeakable way possible. I posted about myself leaving my now former job a couple months ago, and they left the most heartfelt and sincere voice messages that I would ever expect from anybody. And somebody I tried to talk to, but just nothing came of it. And it wasn't until that it's like, you know what, I gotta see what this person's about, and I want to get to know this person a lot more. And granted, we're taking our time with things, but like, as we're getting to know each other more, it's like, you're like exactly like me. Like, we're the exact same people. Like, she's very detail oriented. I'm very detail oriented. She's very empathetic. I'm very empathetic. She likes to spread a lot of kindness. I like to spread a lot of kindness. That is such an important thing to have in any sort of relationship or friendship or whatever ship it is, because when you meet somebody that is on the same wavelength as you, it's like, okay, I'm not speaking another language. We're speaking the same thing. We can understand each other clearly. And it's a beautiful thing. It is such a beautiful thing.
That was great.
Thank you. I just went on a tangent.
That's what we do. That was great. That was insane. My take. I can't sit for hours. And I wanted to fix the lighting and I wanted to adjust it. So now we can put it back on. Okay. My take. I feel as though I disagree with him completely, but only because I have the ability of foresight.
Right.
He's saying that society would never accept it. So why would I put myself through the stress? That makes perfect sense. It's a totally valid thought. I just think personally that as we move forward, we're going to, whether we want to or not, have to break down these racial barriers.
Yeah.
Like at some point, and I really
I just thought of something.
Go ahead, go. Stay.
Yeah. So repeat what you just said about having to break down the the racial barriers and like society
so society will never accept it. But if we're to move forward with technology and the progression of like, AI, AR, VR
and just life itself.
Right. We're eventually going to have to do the whole one human race thing.
Yeah.
Like Anna Lemon. One unified religion and advocate for the combination of of all education.
Shout out to Anna Lemma, by the way.
Shout out to Anna Lemma.
I was thinking of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, yeah, so but do the thing.
Yeah, so you know how like obviously Sam doesn't want to take up the mantle of Captain America because of the shield's complicated history and the fact that he feels like when Steve gave him that shield, he felt like it belonged to somebody else. And it's like I recently rewatched it again with a good friend of mine, and it's like now it's like rewatching it again made me realize, okay, like now I get why Sam was hesitant all over, because like I understood it, but it's like I didn't really get it because he feels like that shield, obviously being the complicated object in Marvel history that it is, it has obviously a lot of weight to it because it's like, it's been worn by a white man for the past 70, 80, 100 years. And now that it's being carried by a black person, it has a totally different connotation to it. Because it's like, it's not a blonde-haired, blue-eyed dude carrying it. It's a black person. It is somebody who has always been seen by anybody else lesser than. And it's like, now that like he's carrying it, he knows that he's going to get hate for it. He knows that the second people look at him, it's like, wait, you're not supposed to be carrying that. Why are you carrying that? And he's carrying it whether or not people like him for it. It's because he knows what, like, it was bestowed upon him by somebody who knows that he's a good person and know he's the right person to carry that shield on forward.
If you like this video, please do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell to stay notified. I got the links in the description down below. We live on Twitch. The fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Paradigm shift on top. And I'll see you in the next one.